Boom bop biggity biggity. Don't excuse my hair. I was supposed to get it done, but somebody folded. But so now we're gonna talk about when people. 1 second.
Anything else for you?
Alright, he already left, bro.
Okay. We're gonna open to.
Let me get y'all. Do y'all have medium fraps?
No, we don't have camera fraps at the moment.
Oh, okay. Alright, bet. Damn.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it, man. Okay, so anyways though. So now let me tell y'all about what happens when you're falling asleep and you know you flinch when you sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all got that period where we are about to fall asleep, go into our own world, go into our own energy, our own creation, our own resonation station, okay? Which is your dreams, right? I probably look, it's been a little rough right now. But yeah, so that, right? So you gotta know that, okay, you know, we got all these studies about, oh shit. We got all these studies about, you know, they start from the brain about, you know, oh, you know, your brain gives you transmitters, but them transmitters from your brain are from your, you know, heart or your other organs. So, and then, you know, from that is to say, basically, your organs or it was to say I think your organs are still woken up and your brain is trying to go to sleep, or is your brain is still up and your organs are asleep, whichever one. I think it was the first one. So you got to know, okay, we all have nerves because your body runs without you telling each one of your body parts to do anything. So it has its own system and it has its own timing of how it does things, right? So if that's the case, then you can also tie this on a bigger level when you die. So sleep and waking up is almost the same as when you die and then rebirth or something like that. Like, it's almost the same thing. It really is the same thing. It's just, you know, the different scale, how big of a scale you talk about. You're talking about on a small level, or, you know what I'm saying, or on a bigger level, or on a bigger percentage, right? So now, from us knowing this, then you need to know beyond the organs, beyond all of that, really what you're doing is your ability to spark is kind of fading away, right? Your ability to spark is fading away, and you're having to kind of go into your own, you know, rest stage, or your own world where you don't have to endure so much of what's happening to you. You know, conversation, feelings being thrown, all this uncomfortable, whatever it is, or just, you know, sometimes you don't know all these things is happening that you get mad. But, you know, basically I'm just explaining the reason why, you know, you would just kind of go to sleep and you're kind of transitioning from that sleep to you're transitioning from being up to falling asleep slowly. And the only way you fall asleep slowly is to kind of, you're basically distancing from reality and going closer to yourself, or you can look at it like you're going closer to, or you're going further into yourself where you can't even interact with the outside world. Because on a small level, you go in yourself when you daydream or you're just thinking. So it's the same thing. So like, you know, y'all remember being in class, you know, and then you kind of dozing off. That's why I said your mind was tired, or like your mind was tired, so you didn't have no more spark. So if anything, your body just kind of wanted to get a small break, or it could just be because you were just straight up bored. You were just getting submerged by a lot of stuff that you didn't really care about, so it made you just kind of go into a sleep stage, a yin stage, or like a dream-like stage where you're like, okay, this could happen. You know, that's why some planets are in dream-like stages when they're in certain signs, in certain positions, which is the sign that it's in, which came from a house position. So like, so Venus being in Virgo is sleep, or fall, or I think it's sleep. So that just means basically it's more likely to basically have a vague imagination of what that virtue of Venus or whatever planet that's in the zodiac could be. So I think Mars falls in Cancer, you know what I'm saying? I think so. So now, you know, I'm not even gonna talk about that because I'm not sure about all the other planets. But yeah, so I gotta look. But yeah, so you know, this is pretty much it. So when you fall asleep, going, like I said, going into your sleep stage, like when you were in school, you just pretty much you almost thought you was still up, like you almost still thought you was up, because you know a lot of times we don't be knowing how to decipher yin and yang or internal outside or masculine feminine a lot of times, especially dealing with ourselves. So you know, this is the process of that little in out tug of war of you, if you know if you're basically falling asleep actually, or if you're going into your own world, or if you're actually awake or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you kind of can know how to decipher the things. So just know when you actually go into that little slight sleep, but you're still slightly up because you're not all the way transitioned into the mode of complete nighttime for your you know, your head, your sun, your moon and ascendant. You didn't go completely nighttime. You still kind of in that in between worlds thing, as in, which means you're able to put life to certain situations that you've been through, or you're basically being in thought and being in vision and passion and connection with all that stuff. Like, that's the realm you go within. Really, when you dream, but also when you're going in between those. Damn, that's a nice quote. Golly. But yeah, really when you dream, when you're going into like in between worlds. So yeah, so just know your body flinches because your internal minds, which is like your ability to kind of will things in existence due to your emotional state, because you have erratic emotions, or even if they're calm emotions, whatever, however nature you are, that's your separate. So you have two sides to you. So that part of you is still feeling like, just like when people die, like your internal organs are still functioning. So that's why you shit and stuff. So your body's still thinking on a bigger level, it's up. Like, your body think it's actually still up. So it flinches. It gives that little nerve thing, you know, because, so all in all, okay, everybody, you fall asleep, you flinch real hard or some shit like that. You can also blame that on, you know, there's an environment outside of you which you have to interact with, whether that be somebody throwing emotions, throwing feelings, throwing concepts, throwing a structure on you. That's basically things you're enduring. Now you can also output too, but the point is you're gonna start figuring out, like, damn, like I'm basically like doing the same shit. Like, I got distracted by this McDonald's thing. I ain't gonna lie. This McDonald's, I had to go to another McDonald's. Fuck that, y'all. Y'all seen it live on camera. Live on camera. But yeah, so you just gotta know, a lot of times we're kind of influenced by the environment, what's going on. So sometimes also when you fall asleep and it's like your body's still your body is still reacting emotionally, because you know the subconscious comes first, then you're conscious, and you're just reacting emotionally. Let me get a large caramel frap. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Appreciate. But yeah, so you gotta drive off. We don't need all that. We just gonna pay and we gonna do the same old routine. I'm all about routine and how it's all the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius, South Node in the 6th house with Uranus there right now. So my Uranus is blended with my South Node, where I come from as an essence of energy. So anyways though, yeah, so just know you interacting. So even if you don't see that you are doing that, your vibe is doing that. Like, and you can just tell. Like, how else you explain that? Your ass is reacting to what you think is happening to you, but it's like natural because you're at a dream state, but you're kind of still in between worlds, so your body's still just reacting to what's going on. I don't go no further.